how to change the swivel on your hose reel when it's leaking, broken, or totally shot. It's going to be very rusted, so grab your PB blaster, spray where the threads are. I hold on to this and loosen this at the same time. Loosening it is going, if you had it like this, loose would be going up, upward. That's going to be loosening it. And hold on to this because the reel is going to spin. So you gotta hold on to this and go up with that. Do not hold on to the handle because the handle could potentially break. Okay, now that I've broke it free, I'm only using one hand so I couldn't videotape that. The swivel is broke free. I'm going to remove it. There's some long threads. Hold on. All right, so there's our swivel removed. These quick connect fittings and stuff, they still need to go on the new swivel, but they're so old and brass and shot, I'm just gonna put brand new fittings on the new one also. So this whole thing's gonna get tossed. Whenever you're putting something back on some threads, always take your little wire brush and clean it up. Get that old tape off of there if you can. Just spend about 10-15 seconds just polishing it up, or longer if needed, you know, but we don't want it to cross thread. We want it to be a nice good seal, so we only have to do this once. Sometimes I have trouble getting these things out. It's just a packaging thing. They put them in there with the threads, especially after your hands have gotten all greasy and stuff. Just grab you some pliers and yank those things out. All right, so now that you got your swivel off, you need to put it back on. And then this is all cleaned up, so what we'll do is tape this. But we also need, this is the downstream injector. We basically need to put the same parts that were, on the old one. So we're gonna tape these off and put these parts on. It's 1/2-inch threads, so you need sorry, we're out of focus. We need a reducer. So this is a reducing bushing is what I think the proper term is. It's 1/2-inch threads, and then it reduces to 3/8 because the threads on the quick connect is 3/8. So once you get your fittings on, your reducer and your quick connect, now this will be able to connect up again. Our downstream injector, we'll be able to connect that, but we don't want to connect it right now. I mean, I suppose we could. Matter of fact, let's try it. We're gonna connect it now, but a little trick to tighten this all the way down, I put it on there and I start reeling the hose reel up. Let's see if I can do it with one hand. Do you see that? So we're tightening right now. Now the swivel is spinning, so we gotta hold that swivel with a wrench, crescent wrench, and tighten her down. Once that's tightened and this is connected, we are good to go. All right, so I wish I could do that one-handed, but all I gotta do is pop that quick connect in. This is tightened down. Just a quick tip. You can see there's still stuff showing, right? I mean, I tightened them down, don't get me wrong. I tightened it down pretty tight and to the point where I really can't tighten it much more. But don't overdo it. Don't like, oh, there's thread showing, I gotta tighten it all the way. Tighten it and give it at least one or two. I'm trying to, just don't overdo it. Because the harder you tighten it down, it's gonna be that much harder to get it off. And there's gonna be rust and corrosion. So it doesn't need to be super, super, super crazy tight. Just tight enough that it's not gonna come undone and unloosen itself.